Hi guys, Daz here with a long overdue comic book haul. This time it is episode 52 and it's one that is worth the wait. On Saturday this past week I went to possibly the best con in my locality, and that is the True Believers event in Cheltenham in a new venue, the Jewellery Hotel. I think it's my third or fourth year of going to this con. Possibly my third. It's always fun. There are artists to meet and greet and get your book signed. It was made extra special this time because my daughter was selling. This was her second con at selling at, and she made a lot of money. She did very well, including 4 commissions. I was very proud of her. But in fact, I picked up 32 books in all for a very good, reasonably priced day. I didn't spend that much considering the books I have. I've got a ton of keys. You know me, I only work in keys. And I've got some silver, some bronze, and some good modern spec, a load of nice independent books as well. So let's get into what I did purchase. Well, I purchased firstly a print from my daughter of the Ghost Spider, but I can't find it. I've looked upstairs, I can't find it at the moment. I'm going to be showing that in my next haul because it is worth a look at. But I did get some books signed. First up, I got this book signed. This is a Micronauts issue 1 IDW. This is a 1 in 25 KCW collar variant cover, and I got this signed by one of the artists who worked on the book. As you can see, the name of Lawrence is up there, and inside I got Jack Lawrence to sign it, as you can see here. So that was a nice addition to my signature collection. Every year so far, Mike Collins has been there, a well-known DC artist in particular. He has done a bit of Marvel as well. I got him to sign some Flash books on my first visit there, and then last year I got him to sign a few more books, including Uncanny X-Men 266, a bit of a Grail book there, the first Gambit. He did the pencils on the book. This year I got him to sign the new Teen Titans Annual 4, which is the first appearance of Muse. As you can see, he signed it down here. And then I got him to sign a couple of Uncanny X-Men 264s. One for me, and of course, one for my boy, Uncanny Ethan. As you can see, just here on the pink writing, 2 signatures from Mike Collins. And finally, of course, I had my 266 signed last year. Thanks to a fantastic AOK this year, I got Uncanny Ethan's book signed too, and that was signed just here by Mike Collins. So he did the pencils on the first Gambit. So that was great to pick those 6 up. Had some photos with the Jack Lawrence and Mike Collins too. Also got this book signed. This was a nice read actually. This is a book I picked up solely for the con. This is called The Once and the Future Queen from Dark Horse Comics. Basically it's about some kids who are playing chess, and they can happen across a magical sword, and in doing so they go on a bit of a quest and fighting trolls and things like that. And this is signed by the artist and at the time, Nick Brokenshire. Again, I had a photograph with him. And the final book I got signed from the con is one I picked up at the car boot recently for £1. And this was from Marvel UK, issue 1 of Dragon Claws. Now, Dragon Claws, this is the first appearance of the Dragon Claws group, and its members Dragon, Mercy, Scavenger, Digit, and Steel. And as you can see, I got it signed by the writer in question, Jeff Senior. Probably more well known for his Transformers. I think he was the creator of Death's Head on the Transformers, issue 113. That was a nice signature to get Jeff Senior. Again, had a photograph, and he also gifted me this one for free, which is his new book coming out, To the Death, and that is a poster that accompanies it with the signature. So big thanks to Jeff Senior for that. Okay, onto the books, what you've been waiting for to see. Like I say, 32 books, and I am delighted with each and every one of them. First up, Picked up another copy for a prize that I'm going to be giving away soon, as I've just recently passed 600 subscriptions. And this is another copy of Teen Titans issue 37. I could not say no for the price, because I picked this book up for 60p. And if you know your comics, you'll know that this is the first appearance of Miss Martian. Miss Martian, quite a high graded book too. Up next, I picked up another issue that's quite scarce actually. And this is a really nice upgrade on my previous copy. Recently, the Man of Steel series debuted in continuity of Nuclear Man. Remember that villain from that atrocious Superman 4 movie? But here is his first appearance in comic books, and this is the Superman 4 movie variation, movie adaptation. Sorry, the first appearance of Nuclear Man. And there he is, guys, as you can see. So happy to add that one to my PC. It was due an upgrade. My last one was pretty rare. Up next, for £1. Oh, sorry, that book cost me £1.50. This one cost me £1.38, and it's another nice edition. Love the cover. This is Detective Comics 735. Yeah, that's why he's here. This is the first appearance in continuity of Mercy Graves. Mercy Graves. Now, Mercy Graves first starred in live action in the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice movie, and most recently in the Supergirl TV show. Yeah, pretty cool character. I think she first appeared in a Superman Adventures comic, but this was her first time in continuity. And let's get another Batman title. This is just Batman. This is issue 535. Paid, again, £1.38 for this. I haven't paid much on any of these books. And this is another key. This is the first appearance of the Ogre. And I like my live action TV shows. And the Ogre appeared in Gotham. But he didn't look like an ogre, no. He was actually played by Rocky Balboa's son, you know, in the Rocky franchise. Yeah, and he was like a serial killer. But that was the Ogre. Batman 535. And that's like a die-cut cover, that one. Pretty cool cover. Up next, this is a double-pronged one, and I was delighted to pick it up. Again, £1.38. What is with these prices? This is New Mutants, issue number 4. And this is the first appearance of Prodigy 4, who is David Elaine. But more to the point, it is, of course, a cover by my favourite man, Joshua Middleton. Look at that, guys. Lovely stuff. So you've got a first appearance and a stunning cover from my favourite artist. Next, 138 again. Seems to be the number. This is a book I've never found, but every time I find Justice League Europe, it is missing this issue. But I found it finally. And it's not a bad grade too. This is Justice League Europe, issue 33. Why have I picked up this random issue? Well, some may know, some may not. This actually includes a 16-page Sonic the Hedgehog promo reprinted from Disney Adventures and Mean Machine magazines. And I'll show you that promotional little segment on Sonic the Hedgehog. It actually runs quite a few pages. I think it's literally a reprint. There's the tail, Sonic the Hedgehog. So if you're a gamer and you like your gamer-related comics, this is a must. Like I say, it goes on for several pages. Delighted to add that one. That is basically all the Justice League Europe keys now I'm really after. There aren't too many. I think one has, I think it's issue 7 or 9, has the first Crimson Fox. It was in the Powerless live action show. This is a nice find. This was from Neil. He's one of my subscribers. Really top bloke. Again, he prepares to work with you on your prices. Some of the books I picked off of him, I was really happy, in particular with one. But this is a good find. This one. This is Captain America, issue 8. I think it's from like the third volume. I paid £1.33 for this, and this is the first appearance of Bronchar. Bronchar. And Bronchar is a Kree warrior and a member of Star Force. So he's going to be in the upcoming Captain Marvel film. Every time I look for this book, this is a solid £8 to £10 book now online. So to get it for £1 something, happy with that. Looking forward to Star Force. I've picked up their first appearance recently. This was an upgrade, this one. This was one of my hot comic book alerts, as was Bronchar. This is, I think, from the 2008 series. This is, I tell a lie, 2004. This is Teen Titans issue 8. Like I said, an upgrade. So I will have a copy of this to go in the prizes as well. This is the first cameo appearance of Ravenger. Ravenger, who is Rose Wilson. Now, the reason I picked this one up initially, just because it was Rose Wilson, but this isn't Rose Wilson's first appearance. That was in a Deathstroke book, Deathstroke the Terminator issue 15, I believe. But Ravenger is going to be appearing in season 2 of Titans, that fantastic show. I'm getting through that slowly but surely, and I am loving it. What a great show. Yeah, so we're going to be getting Jericho, Ravenger, and Deathstroke in season 2 of Titans. That's a nice addition to anybody. And that is, again, £1.33. This was a good find. This is one of my first books I picked up, actually, for £2. It's got a little bit of grime at the top that I'm going to have to try and get off. It's a pence copy too, which is a little unusual. But this is the first appearance of another character in the Teen Titans TV show. And this is the first appearance of Arella, or otherwise known as Angela Roth, who is Raven's mother. Yeah, I just watched the episode, actually, where she was escaped from the nut house. Also, the second appearance of Gizmo, Mammoth, Poisson, Shimmer, and the partial origin of Raven, who is Rachel Roth, of course. It's also a key issue because it's the first name mention of Trigon the Terrible, Raven's father, another character from the Titans show. As well as that, Trigon appears in flashback, but most consider his first full appearance is in the next issue, New Teen Titans issue 5, March 1981. Well, I have that issue as well, somewhere in my box already. So that was a nice addition. Paid £3.50 for this. It's only probably mid-grade, but it was a comic I've always wanted. I've always thought the cover was really striking, and it's a character I fully believe is going to be making their live-action debut somewhere down the line, possibly in the upcoming Matt Reeves Batman film. And this is, for £3.50, Detective Comics, $5.83. You probably know what it is. It is the first appearance of Scarface and Ventriloquist. Ventriloquist is Arnold Vesker. Scarface is known as Scarelli. It's also the first appearance of Rhino, Frederick Rhino. And it's a really striking Mike Mignola cover. So for £3.50, it's a placeholder until I can upgrade it higher, because it has a bit of a crease. But a press would do this the world of good. I think it's very faint. You can barely see it, but for £3.50, why not? For Scarface and Ventriloquist. This was a book, I made a special hot comic book alert on the Eternals movie. And this is a character that is supposedly going to be in it. So for £3 this time, I picked up Captain Marvel, issue 59. Pretty nice graded book too, some nice Bronze Age goodness. Because this is the first cameo appearance of Aloysius, who was due to appear in the upcoming Eternals movie. Also the first appearance of Stellarex and Lord Gaia. Look out for that book, guys. Nice sense copy there. This is a book I was unfamiliar with, but good old Key Collectors app helped me out. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this. Very few, I would think. For this is Secret Wars Battle World, issue 2. Again, £3 I paid. And as well as being the first appearance of a different war machine played by Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, this book, believe it or not, has the first scripts penned by Marvel Comics by Donny Cates. And it's a backup story. Really interesting. I'll show you quickly the story in question. It is about War Machine. And like I say, it's the second story in the book. But I just think, if you're a big Donny Cates fan, and I do like Donny Cates' work, as you can see, here's the story, and here's the info saying it's Donny Cates' first. Well, it didn't say it's his first, but it says written by Donny Cates. So you can't go wrong for that, can you? Battle World issue number 2, first Donny Cates published Marvel work. Up next, for another £3. This was a nice find too. For This Is Hulk, issue 16. And this is the first full appearance of the Red She-Hulk, Betty Ross. And it's also the first cover appearance of the Red She-Hulk. Striking cover, nice book, £3. Yeah, pretty decent grade too. Up next, probably overpaid for this one slightly, but it's not a bad graded book. I'd say it's a very fine, perhaps. This is Ghost Rider, issue 1 from 1990. The reason I picked this one up, this is the first appearance. I paid £5 for this, by the way. This is the first appearance and origin of the second Ghost Rider, who is Danny Ketch. And Danny Ketch appeared in that dreadful Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance movie. It's also the first appearance of Death Watch, Barbara Ketch, Captain Dolan, who was Arthur Dolan, and the first appearance of the Cypress Pool Jokers gang, Francis Ketch, Noble Kale, Pauline Stratton, and Stacey Dolan. If they're in a live action, I'd like to hunt it down. This is a nice upgrade. My previous copy, I've read it, but it was barely holding on one staple. So for £4, happy with this book. It's a very nice graded book. Again, very fine, I would think. This is Batman issue 475. As you probably know, this is the first appearance of Rennie Montoya. And of course, Rennie Montoya will be appearing in the upcoming Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Yeah, pretty cool book. And Rennie Montoya recently appeared in the Gotham TV show. There you go. I think she's going to be played by Rosario Dawson, the old legend. Okay, on to the next pile of books, because this is where they get real good. Up next, we got issue 8. We're sticking with that Teen Titans. New Teen Titans, issue 8. And this is a spec book for me. This is the first appearance of Terry Long. Now, in my recent news round, I showcased what the upcoming Wonder Girl is going to look like in costume, Donna Troy. Now, Terry Long is actually Donna Troy's boyfriend and future husband. So I'm guessing that he's going to appear maybe in season 2 or 3. It's also the first appearance of Mary Reynolds and Sarah Sims and Vernon Quester. And I paid £1.50 for that. Nice grade. It's a pence copy. But I've really put together a nice early run of New Teen Titans. And here's another one. At £1.50 again. This is New Teen Titans issue number 3. And this is a very key issue because this is the first cameo appearance of Trigon the Terrible. Yeah, his first full, I think, is in issue 5. The first cameo is in 3. Of course, Trigon is in Titans, the TV show. It's also the first appearance of the Fearsome Five. Simon, Mammoth, Gizmo, Shimmer, and the third Dr. Light. It's the first appearance and origin of Simon, who is Dr. Simon Jones. First appearance of Mammoth, Baron Flinders. First appearance of Gizmo, Micron Ogeanus. And the first appearance of Shimmer, Selena Flinders. It's also the partial origin of Raven, Rachel Roth. And the partial origin of Starfire, who is Corey Anders or Coriander. You know me, if there's info, I'm going to bring it. Use waits for no man. And my final New Teen Titans pickup was issue 6, again for £1.50. This is the, well, they say it's the second appearance of Trigon the Terrible, but it's not a full appearance. It's like a second cameo, well, second full appearance perhaps. It's the origin of Raven, Rachel Roth, and origin of Arella Angela Roth. That's the conclusion of their origin stories. This was a nice pickup, real nice pickup. For £3, a book that is always on the miss for me. It's got a bit of a dinged up corner, so I put it at about 6.5, but I'm happy to add it. This is Nova, issue 8, and this is the first appearance of Cosmo, a Russian cosmonaut dog with telepathic abilities, and he first appeared in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Yeah, he was in one of the collector's showcases, I believe. It's also the first appearance of Nowhere, a Celestial's decapitated head repurposed as a space station at the edge of the universe. Also the first appearance of the Luminals and its members, Sinosaur, Abyss, Crater, Discharge, Phase, and Suspenser. Another upgrade here, and this one is as minty as it gets. I read this one recently. This is the Infinite Crisis issue 5 for 60 pence. Real nice upgrade. So again, I got a copy of this now for a price. This is, of course, the first full appearance of the third Blue Beetle, Jamie Reyes. And he is supposedly going to be getting his own DCU movie, Jamie Reyes. That's a striking Jim Lee cover. On to some indie books, and boy, did I pick some winners. First up, an optioned book back in the early 2018. This is from Boom Studios for £3. I picked up The Woods. The Woods. Again, this is a £15 book online. Hard to find. Just the regular cover there for me. Don't know too much about it. Looking forward to reading it. Another book that was optioned way back in September of 2017 for £6.66, a hard to find book. Again, pricey online. You're talking 15 probably. Kill the Minotaur from Image Comics. Don't see this book too often. Based on the classic Greek myth of Theseus navigating the labyrinth while stalked by the half-man, half-bull beast, the Minotaur. This was optioned by Universal for a theatrical release in September of 2017. Like I say, £6.66 for that, and for an extra £2, picked up this really minty Ashcan. Yes, let's get them both going, Daz. Sweet book. This is the Ashcan edition, which was limited to 1 copy per store, and that is possibly a 9.8. So that for extra £2. Thank you very much. Stoked by that. This was another one. A great seller, a guy I know pretty well. He's a Welsh seller, a Welsh guy, really nice man, really prepared to work with you. He had a run of this book from 1 to 10, I think, for £20, but I couldn't take them all. And I said, any chance of just issue 1? He said, come back and see me at the end. So I picked up issue 1 for £10, and I'm delighted with that, really. It has been optioned. It is Jeff Lemire's Sweet Tooth, issue number 1. This is obviously the first appearance of Gus and Jeopard, who were Sweet Tooth. This is a premiere issue of an ongoing series about a young man with deer-like features who must make a dangerous journey to a place of refuge while being hunted. Hulu ordered a pilot of this in November of last year. So I've read the book too. I think it's going to make a good watch. Talking of recently optioned books, £5 I found this minty copy too. The only one I saw there at the con. And this is Reborn, issue number 1. Hit after hit with the indie books, guys. This is about an 80-year-old woman who dies and is reborn in a fantasy world of magic and monsters. This is in production for Netflix with Sandra Bullock producing and Chris McKay directing. And this was just literally a couple of weeks ago optioned. And Sandra Bullock is possibly going to be the star of it. This is a lovely Greg Capullo. This is the regular cover. This is I would say a £17 to £25 book as we speak. I think it is number 1 on my hot top 10 at the moment. So great book to pick up for a £5. My final indie purchase. Well, when I say indie, DC indie. We're talking Vertigo. What a book I've picked up here for £6.67. Matter of time before this gets optioned. It's been talked about a lot. This is Scalped, issue number 1. Very hard book to find. Well, I think this is the only copy I've ever seen. This is the first appearance of Dashiell, who is Dash the Bad Horse, and Chief Lincoln, Red Crow. This is a series created by Jason Aaron about an organised crime on an Indian reservation. Key Collectors app said this amount of time before this optioned. I have to agree. I think there was talk of it being optioned, so we'll see where it goes. But I'm looking forward to reading Scalped. Okay, what a find here, and what a price I got. I just blew my mind. Again, from Neil, great guy, one of my subscribers. Had it on for £3, but by the time I tallied it up, it worked out at £1.34 for a really extremely minty copy. This could be a 9.8. And this is Invincible Iron Man, issue 7. Can you believe it, guys? First, Riri Williams for £1 and change. Of course, she is rumoured to be taken over from Iron Man, Tony Stark. It's also the first appearance of Tomo, who is an inhuman who manipulates machinery through technopathy. Nice Mike Deodato cover there. Unbelievable. And the hits keep coming because This is a proper spec book. I believe, well, as you know, my favourite book is my Tales of Suspense issue 52, the first appearance of Black Widow. This is a spec book, and I think it could come to fruition for me. This is for £12. Nice copy. This is Avengers issue 43. This is the first appearance, of course, of the Red Guardian. Now, for you guys who don't know, the Red Guardian is Alexei Shostakov, and he is the husband of Black Widow and Natasha Romanova. Wow. And he is a villain. So her husband turns out to be a villain. And I believe he's going to be in the Black Widow film. I've been reading forums and they think so as well. It's also the first appearance of General Brushoff. Yeah, good book to have. Really happy with it. It's got a bit of an issue on the spine, but it's pretty clean. Pence copy, but for £12, I can see that book, if it is announced, being a £100 book easily. Okay, let's stick with the Silver Age, of course. Another of my hot book alerts for a while back. Delighted to get this one. This, again, £6.67, really, for a nice copy. We're talking, could be approaching the £7s. This is Secret 6, issue number 1. Fantastic book, guys, from DC Comics. First appearance and origin of the Secret 6 team and its members: August Durant, Carlo Duriance, Crimson Dawn, King Savage, Lilade Nuev, and Tiger Force. Also the first appearance of Mockingbird. Great price, great book. It has been optioned in the middle of last year. Supposedly we are getting a Secret 6 TV show. Brilliant news. Next, this book. He had 2 copies of this book, my Welsh friend. And couldn't believe it. Both for £30 he had them up for. I've already got this book, but it is an upgrade. And boy, what an upgrade. I went back at the end of the con. How much can you do for the nicer of the 2 copies? £15 he said. So for £15, I can't believe it. Again, I've made a special on this. This is my second copy and a nice big upgrade from Mr. Miracle, issue number 1. Can you believe it, guys? The first appearance of, obviously, Mr. Miracle was scot-free. Supposedly the main star of the upcoming New Gods movie. It's also the first appearance of Oberon, who's probably going to be in that film. And the first appearance and death of the first Mr. Miracle, Thaddeus Brown. Also the first appearance of the Steel Hand. Take a look at this, guys. Yeah, it's got a date stamp here. It's got 2 little ticks, I think. 2 little spine ticks. But besides that, it's pretty darn sharp. A little bit of crease in there. Hardly a thing. But besides that, that is the colours pop. £15 for Mr. Miracle 1. That's probably close. I'd say it could be as high as a 7. But I've put it, I grade harshly. The back cover's quite sweet as well. Nothing wrong. So, yeah. I've graded it as a 5.5 because I won't scare it, but looks nice. I don't think the date stamps detract from the grade. 2 books to go, guys. And this was a book for 20. They had it up. It's low grade, probably about a 2.5. It's on its staples, as Dazzie says. I couldn't say no to it because this is another big spec book. My recent news round, I highlighted that there is going to be definitely a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 film. And at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Aisha was there and she spoke of him. Yes, for £15 I got it down to. Fantastic Four, issue 66, the first appearance and origin of him, who later becomes Adam Warlock. It presents quite nicely, guys, for £15. This is, you won't get this for in this grade cheaper than about 25 to 30. And of course, him first appeared in Thor: The Dark World movie, Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and like I said, the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He was in the Collector's Showcase along with Cosmo, I believe, the dog. It's also the first appearance of Enclave, the team, first appearance of Maris Morlach, Wileslav Zinski, Zota. It's also the first appearance of Beehive, the Enclave's research facility, and the second appearance of Jerome Hamilton. Now, this is considered to be the first appearance of him, aka Adam Warlock, as this issue begins him's origin, where he is enclosed in a cocoon and remains inside of it until the last page of Fantastic Four, issue 67, whereby he emerges from the cocoon in the last 2 pages. The last 2 panels, sorry. Pence copy. Like I say, it's got a bit of spine wear. It's not a perfect spine by any means, but it presents okay. For 15 quid, thank you very much. Nice to add Adam Warlock to my collection. And the final book I'm going to show you guys, sorry the video's run a bit, but it's worth the wait. First book I picked up when I got there, they had it on for 40. They also had the 2 Batman Dams there, regular and Jim Lee, for 30 quid. I nearly went for the Jim Lee, but no. My mate Lee picked up the regular, great price, I thought, 30. This one he had on for 40. I got it down to 35. It's pretty high grade, and of course we've got the movie coming up soon. My final book I'm going to show you guys is Shazam issue number 1, which I picked up for £35. I've graded it in this maybe about a 6.5. It could be as high as a 7.5. You know me, I grade harshly, but it's nice and clean. It's obviously the first appearance of Captain Marvel Shazam, who's Billy Batson, since the Golden Age. And also the same with Captain Marvel Jr. and Mary Marvel. The origin of Captain Marvel and Shazam is retold. And this is basically the first time Captain Marvel is incorporated into the DC universe. That's my books, guys. 32 great key issues there. I'm over the moon with that. As I speak to you guys, I have passed 600 subs. I am definitely going to get a competition out at some point soon. I'm sitting here at 611, which is mind-blowing. I remember thinking 100 is a mile away. That's Green Arrow and Batman and Dazzie over and out. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.